If you're a salaried worker in the United States, then I've got some good news for you and I've got some bad news for you. But first, let me get through the bad news. The bad news is that you can expect a modest 3% gain in your salary this year. And that is according to many major organizations, including SHRM, the world's largest HR professional society, and Mercer's, the workforce consultancy company. They're global, and they're both projecting that salary increases will be right around 3%. Now, I know some of you are going to be sitting there and you're going to be thinking, 3%? That's not bad. It's more than I made last year. Some of you may even say 3%. Hey, that's great. I look forward to that. But I suspect that many of you will hear 3% and you're going to say, what the 3%? That's not what I deserve. You're going to look at 3% and say, I want more. I deserve more. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can get more, how you can get a higher increase in your salary. And that, my friends, is up next. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. I'm your host. You know, if you're new to our channel and you want business or career advice that's tailored to people who are over 50, then subscribe to our channel. And there's a little bell that's underneath the video. If you click on that little bell, you'll get our latest updates. So what does it take for a person to get a substantial raise? And I'm not just talking about a 3% raise as we mentioned previously in the previous segment. I'm talking about a substantial raise, a raise that'll make a difference in a person's life and a person's lifestyle. Well, according to Harry Holzer, he's at Georgetown University, and in a recent Marketplace episode, Marketplace, which is on National Public Radio, what he said is this. He says the best way to get raises is if you're able to move in the labor market, to sort of voluntarily leave your job. And he is not the only one who believes this strategy is the best way to increase your salary. Susan Lamont, she runs the HR consulting firm Exactlio, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. On the same Marketplace segment, she said, right now, employers know when they hire someone from the outside, they are probably going to pay about a 20% premium to hire that worker away from one employer to come to their organization to do the same job. So yeah, if you want an increase, according to the experts, if you want an increase in your salary, the best way is to trade up to a new company, to leave the job that you're at and to move on, to work for another company, a company that maybe will understand your value or see a skill that you have that they need. Now, I understand that's not the easiest thing to do. So if you don't want to leave the job that you're in, if you're comfortable with your job and you think, geez, I don't want to leave, well, then the only other thing you can do is go into your employer and talk to them. Sit down with him or her and talk to them about your salary. Let them know that the salary that they're paying you doesn't work for you. The salary that they're paying you isn't enough for you. Now, I'm going to talk at another YouTube video and another video. I'm going to mention the strategy for asking for a raise, and I'll do that in another video. But for now, those are the two options you have. If you want to make more money, if you're unhappy with your current salary, your current wage, your current wage increase, then the only other thing you can do is, if you don't want to leave the company, is to go into your boss and talk to them and explain to them that the reasons why you believe that you deserve more money. When I was doing the research for this video, something that I came across and I thought would be helpful to you as well is that what we know again is that people are not, they're not happy with the salary they're getting. They're not happy with the salary increase they're getting. But another thing that I found is people are not happy with the position that they're in. That they want to not only move or get a larger salary increase, but they also want a better position in the company. And according to Brian Kropp, he's a vice president for human resources at a company called Gartner. In a New York Times article, he says, one of the things we've seen is that it's harder for employees to get promoted nowadays. He said in 2006, for example, it took an average of about 2.5 years to get a promotion. He said, compare that to now. It takes 4.5 years working at a company to get a promotion. And he says the result has been growing dissatisfaction and resentment on the part of employees. He said it's to the point that employees are not giving the extra effort that they once gave. He said it used to be that 1 in 4 employees used to report that they gave that little extra oomph, what he calls discretionary effort. He says now, and I'll read this, he says now it's closer to 1 in 6. So 1 in 6 employees are giving that little extra effort. So they're not getting the salary increase they want, the employee. They're not getting the promotion they want. It's easy to understand a dissatisfaction. It's easy to understand some resentment. And it's also easy to understand why the best solution is to leave the company you're at and go somewhere else where you'll be appreciated. This is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV, where we provide business and career advice to people over 50. Have a great day, everybody.